Hi friends, this is Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Annual catalog is coming out, is going live on May 4th. So I just have a few things that we were able to buy, and Color and Contour stamp set is one of them. And I already did a project with this flower, so now I'm using this flower and the step for it. And the Color and Contour dies, which go with this set. I'm using this one right here, this rectangle, scalloped rectangle. And I don't know if you can see, the rectangle inside of it is also stitched. And that is from a set that is live now and carrying over. It's the rectangle stitched dies. Okay, and they pair with the set. Okay, alrighty. I'm also using some of the hand-penned designer series paper, some new soft succulent cardstock and fresh Freesia cardstock, and the fresh Freesia ribbon. Alright, so what's in this one is, this is the new paper pumpkin block they're going to be sending. They'll send it in your first box. I have one opened here. And it's a bit better. It's nice rounded on the corners. And I don't believe they'll be sending you the little ones anymore, or the any of the other ones. So they'll give it to you when you first get your first paper pumpkin. And I also have a couple extras that I'm going to be giving to my customers. So that is what should be coming to you soon. Okay, it's a better block, but you have to keep it for all of your subsequent boxes. Alrighty, so that's in there, but also you can fit a Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie with a little extra room, and you can stick a gift card in there if you want to. The box measures 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, I didn't want to make it just to fit this because I wanted you to be able to fit other things in here. Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to start with some soft succulent cardstock that is 8 inches by 6 1/4. Right. I'm going to get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 8-inch side. I'm going to pull this down just a little so you see it better. Okay, and we're going to score at 1/2, 3 1/2, 4 1/4, and 7 1/4. Okay, and then we're going to switch it to the 6 1/4 side, and we're going to score at 3/4, 5, and 5 3/4. Okay, and that's it. Alrighty, now I'm just going to fold and burnish. And I say hi friends in the beginning because I do consider you my friends, and I have met some very lovely people since I started my channel, and I am very grateful for all of you. So I'm putting it down, and there is a skinny rectangle that is a 1/2 inch on the left-hand side and a 1/2 inch one at the top. This is how I have it oriented. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Okay. This was a little short, but we get the picture. I'm sorry, there is construction going on in our home. We were redoing our kitchen, but it was going to take 2 months to get the cabinets. And then my husband decided to rip the deck up, and the cabinets came on Saturday. So nothing is in the right place right now. It's something else. Alrighty, so we're going to take off the bottom rectangle and the top rectangle here and the square. We don't need any of those. And then we're just going to do our normal cutting and wedging on the bottom, and we're going to get rid of this rectangle and this rectangle above the two tabs, and then this long rectangle and this skinny rectangle. All right, but I'll walk you through it. So let's start. Now remember, the skinny rectangles are on the left-hand side and the top, the smallest ones. All right, and we're going to go this rectangle here in the middle of this smaller one and the square in the right here. We're going to keep that straight on both sides, okay? And then we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to wedge it a little bit down on top of it, okay? So that's what we're doing right now, okay? And then we kept both sides of this rectangle straight. Going to move over to the other rectangle. Keep that side straight and wedge the two sides of the square. Alrighty. Okay, now we're moving to the other side of this rectangle. Going to keep that straight and wedge the square next to it. Alrighty. Now we're going to flip it around so that the skinny rectangle is on the right hand side and on the bottom. Alright, now let's start over here on the left. All we want to do is get rid of this rectangle, but we can cut straight down to the second score line. Okay, this is going to be our flap. So we want to keep that flap straight. Okay, so that frees up both of these. We're going to take off the rectangle that's on the top, and then we're going to wedge the square, which is our tab. Oops. And that's going to create a problem because I didn't get it all the way down. Okay. All right, so now this is our flap for the side. So we want to keep that other side of that one straight. Okay. And this is going to be our tab, so we can cut this down to the second score line, take off that little rectangle that's on the top, and then we're just going to wedge this square into a tab. Okay, so that's what we've done so far. All right, we did the whole top. Well, that's actually the bottom, and then now we're doing the top part. All right, and now we can just cut everything else off that's on the top. And just cut it in a nice straight line. Okay. Alrighty. And then we're just going to wedge this right here just a little bit, just like we did on the bottom. I'm going to wedge this part down. Right now I'm turning it back to right side up, skinny rectangle at the top and the left-hand side. And always feel free to just pause, rewind, speed up if there's anything you don't want to watch. All right, you might want to take, if you need it, a screenshot. Well, I get, okay. And then, just so that you can refer to it if you need it. Now I'm going to round the corners of these tabs, the flap tabs at the top, okay? So I'm just going to fold the side in around this corner. This is the Detail Trio Punch. I'm using the corner rounder, right? And now we want to do this side, so I'm just going to fold this under. Okay, and that's how that looks. All right, now we need, I'll tell you all the things we're going to need from here on in. All right, so we need some of the hand-penned Designer Series paper. We need 2 that are 2 3/4 by 4 inches. I'm going to go there and there. We need 2 that are 5/8 by 4 inches. We're going to go here and here. And we need 2 that are 5/8 by 2 3/4. And they're going to go there. And yes, there. Alrighty. But what we really need, what's really important to put on before we put our box together, is our piece of DSP that is next to this tab. That's what we're going to close it with. Alright, so I'm just going to get some glue. Oops. And I'm going to just know it's going to close. Which side did I put it on? It's going to close on this side. Alright? When you're putting it together, the closing is going to be on this side. So I want to make sure that I put my DSP right side. No. I'm going to do both of these. Alright. Right side up on the part that has the flap. Okay, when the flap is towards me, I want to put this piece right side up. Okay, and then for the other larger piece, this piece we want to have it facing upside down. All right, so that when it's on the back of the box, it's still facing up. Okay, if you get what I mean. If you have a paper that doesn't have a pattern, then you don't have to worry about it. I want this facing down. And this is the piece that we needed to have on before we closed the box up. I'm going to put these on after just so that I know which is showing. Okay, and you just need a small circle punch. And I want you to just take a little tiny half moon or crescent moon, we'll say, out of this flap so that when this tab closes into it, it's easier to grab and pull. Alright, so now we're going to close it with some tear and tape. You could do it with glue, but my favorite is tear and tape just so that, because I get glue everywhere. I'm a very messy crafter. Alright, so we're going to put the glue on this long skinny tab. I mean the tear and tape on the long skinny tab. Pull that off. What that? Oh, that's some of the other paper I got on there. Alright. Okay, so then we put it with the DSP facing down, fold it over, and fold the other side to meet it. Alright, now that's our box. So I'm just going to close it. Okay, so this is going to be our back. So that's the one we're going to fold down first, okay? So the sides and then the back, and this is the one we have to put some tear and tape because we want it to be the last one closed. Okay, so this is our front and this is our back. Okay, so now we know which tab to put on the bottom tabs on. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach these with glue. No, finish that up. Okay, and I'm just going to stick my brownie, or this one I'll put our paper pumpkin in because I put a brownie in the other one. I'm just going to close it. Alrighty, and put that to the side a minute. Alright, now we have our piece of fresh freesia and our piece of basic white. Alrighty, and what I'm going to do is get a larger piece of basic white for us, and we're going to stamp our flowers. And I have a system for this one. All right, let's do the flowers first. And I'm going to do the, need some scrap. I'm going to do the inside of the flower first. And I'm going to stamp it off and then stamp it on my cardstock. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp the outline, and I have a system for this because it's really can take you a little bit to line it up. There we go. Okay, there is 2 stems here. Let me move. That kind of make kind of a heart at the top. They're touching right there. Okay, this one. See the kind of a heart there? That one you can match up with the 2 that are together. Okay, so that's how I find it easier. That's my tip on the stamping. And I have a tip on the, there we go. I also have a tip on the die part. Oh, I need this still. All right, and then we need for the piece of basic white that we cut with the rectangle stitched dies, I'm going to use this image, which is just like a speckle. And I'm going to put it in, and I'm mostly going to do stamped off. I'll do 1, and then I'll do 2, 3 on here. 1 off, and then 2, 3. Okay, because I don't want it too dark on there. So that's it for the fresh Freesia ink. All right, and now I'll let that dry a minute, and we're going to do 2 of the stems of the leaves, which is this image. We really only need the full leaf part. And I'm going to stamp it with mint macaron, which is what is in the DSP. But I'm going to color it in with the soft succulent blend. There we go. And these don't have dies. So I have 2 of them that I already fussy cut out. I'll put over there for a minute. Okay, so my trick to match up the die is, do you see this is like the flattest, kind of looks flat right here on the die? And this right here is one about the flattest. There's one over here, but it's kind of, it kind of notches up. But this is about the straightest, flattest one. Alrighty, and you'll understand more if you have the dies. You'll understand what I mean. Alrighty, and I just put that right in there, because the heart one, it's just 2 bumps. You can't really tell that, so I had to switch to this flat right there. Okay, that's how I figure it out. If you have a better way, if you get these, please let me know. Alrighty, and I'm going to cut this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, and there's our flower and our 2 leaves that we're going to put on. I'm going to use light. I didn't put my little trick things, tags on there. This is light soft succulent and light daffodil delight. And I'm just going to color in the leaves with the soft succulent, which kind of blends with the mint macaron. They're different, but it looks good since I don't have this ink yet. I may do. Okay. All right, and I use the light daffodil delight for the middle of the flower. All right, and that's it for coloring. Okay, so now we're going to do our sentiment with some Tuxedo Black Ink. And on this one I did So Very Happy For You. This one I'm going to do Thank You For Everything. And I'm using my Paper Pumpkin block. Alrighty, and I'm going to stamp on the right hand side. Great. Alrighty. Okay, and then I'm going to take my flower and decide which way I want it. I'm just going to pop it up with 2 dimensionals in the middle. That was an error. I tried it, if you can see, I tried it to do it with the black outline, but it was too bold. I liked it better with the stamping off image. And the full strength was fresh Freesia on the outside, and then the stamped off in the middle. Alrighty, so I'm just going to place this right like that. And then we're going to put it on our, I'm forgetting the name, I don't know much of these anymore, Scalloped Contour die of fresh Freesia that I cut out. And I'm going to take some liquid glue. I'm going to make this flush onto the scalloped rectangle. Okay. I'm just going to center it right in the middle. Okay. I still need the glue. All right, and then I'm just going to glue down my leaves under the flower. I'm just they can hang off a little bit. I was going to use the leaves from the Strawberry Builder Punch, but I really wanted to stick with leaves that were from the same stamp set, so that's my decision. Alrighty, and then we bring our box back in, and we're going to put more dimensionals on this. I'm going to put 1 in the 4 corners, and 1 on either side of the middle, just to make it stable. Okay, so now I'm going to tie a ribbon around the box. This is the Fresh Freesia open weave ribbon. And I'm going to shoot for right here, which is just at the tippy top of the side of the box. But you can put it wherever you need to and then just move it. And I'm tying it obviously on the right hand side. Now the recipient will not have to take this off because it opens on this side, so there's no need to undo the bow. And if you don't want to tie a bow around the whole box, you can just attach a bow. I wasted a lot. Don't like that. Alrighty. Now we're going to take our entire piece and we're just going to put it on top. So I'm just going to move this up for now, if I can. Alrighty, and I'm going to take off all of my backing. And I'm just going to put this on centered right over the ribbon. And now I can fix my ribbon. Okay. There we go. Alright, so now for the final touches, of course, since we don't have anything for the middle anymore, although we could put a couple of these gems in the middle, but I have to put a whole lot, so I'm just going to put a little wink of Stella there. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit right on there to make the middle pretty. You could also fussy cut, stamp another one, color it, and fussy cut and pop it up. That would look pretty too. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to put a couple of the gems, and I'm going to put these right here, which I think they are the fresh Freesia, but they look sometimes almost green. I guess it's the other one next to it making it. Alrighty, and I'm just going to put a big one down here. You know what? These look green because they are green. I put the green ones on there. That's all right, so this one we'll put the fresh Freesia on there. So they don't look green, they are green. And one over there. And that's it. Okay, so that would fit your Little Debbie brownie, or anything that would fit in a 4 1/4 by 3 by 3/4 inch box. And all of these, well, most of these will be available on May 4th to order. And if you need a demonstrator, I would be so happy if you would buy them through me at katherinetiemann.stampinup.net, which is at the top of the screen. And if you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell and the like button if you like this project. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all my viewers. You are so very kind. And I will see you next time. This one is Wednesday, so I'll see you on Friday. Bye.